Good afternoon. Are we present? Yes. Okay, so today we begin to actually look at the Yamas. The 8 steps of yoga, the Yamas are the first ones. And the Yamas are the attitudes and the behaviors that we have out and how we actually use that to look for things and others outside of ourselves. So that's where judgment comes in, right? Because when we look outside of ourselves and we look at somebody else, we actually, very often we look and we usually think negative things, right? And so what the Yamas teach us is that we have to look inside ourselves. And we use yoga. Now remember, the word yoga means this transformational journey. So take the word yoga out and put, we use this transformational journey to gain clarity for our lives. And the first sign of clarity is when you recognize your own mistakes. By practicing asana and prana, we become clear and more aware. Does that make sense? So yoga is a transformational journey. It is the union of the mind, the body, and the spirit. When we are all together, when we are in congruence, then we can take a look and see what's outside of us. What is happening to us? What are we doing to others? What negativity am I carrying with me? And the reason why it's so important is because we have to look at what we call the highway, guys. The highway of energy. And what's really important is that you understand that the highway of energy, and I'm going to example it over here, so that we're all energy beings. Right, this looks like a lane, and then there's another lane over here. Right? So when we're, let's say, in the lane of negativity, and we're just right there being negative, and we're right here, we're in this negative lane, and we're just going straight in this negative lane, am I going to run into any people that are here in the positive lane? No. Because I'm just going like this, right? So some people live in this lane for their whole lives, and those are the people that I would say come to an ripe old age, and then those are the ones that you kind of want to stay away from, right? How many of us actually really like to be around negative people? Anybody? Right? But yet we find ourselves being negative, right?
Yes.
With what you say to yourself. With what you say to yourself. I can't do this. This is too hard. This can't happen. This is too easy. I don't believe it. She's crazy. He's crazy. There's no way. Listen to all of those are negative words. If I continue to say those, I continue to be here. Am I ever going to run into somebody who says, I am so blessed. I am so positive. I'm so lucky. I am enjoying life. Life is great. Am I ever going to run into that person? No. No. Let me give you another scenario. I don't have any money. I don't have enough money. How many times don't we say that? Right? If you don't have enough money, are you ever going to run into somebody that has a lot of money? Think about it. Are you ever going to run into somebody that has a lot of money? What's the answer? No. No. You guys got to choose better words. You've got to reframe the mind. You've got to say, instead of I don't have enough money, you say, I am working to improve my finances. Right? How does that feel? I want you to sit up nice and straight. I want you to feel, because in yoga we begin to feel. We begin to feel all the way from the first chakra, which is where you're supposed to be reading. You should be reading the first chakra. Because here is where we begin to house all of our primal and tribal beliefs we have around money. Right? We have it around money. So I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to say, I don't have any money. Out loud.
I don't have any money.
How does that feel? Scary. Now I want you to say, I'm working to improve my finances.
I'm working to improve my finances.
Well, how's that feel?
Better.
How's that feel? Now, if I walked in and I heard a class saying I'm working to improve my finances, would I be believing it? If you're going to speak on this freeway, and if you want to run into this freeway, you got to act as if. You don't see positive people going, oh, I'm so positive. I'm going to have some more money next week. I'm really positive. I'm so excited. Life is so good. Oh yeah. I'm such a positive person. Really? Really? Is that what a positive person looks like? No. A positive person stands and is crazy. It is craziness to be with so many people. You should see how many positive people I was around this last weekend. It was like, oh Lord, I think I'm drunk, right? And it's different. I am working to improve my finances, baby. Right? There's a different feeling to that. And you've got to say it with a feeling. You got to act as if until it becomes true. Right? One of my favorite all-time great speakers, Les Brown, reminded me the other day as I was listening to his affirmations, because this is a man of God. This is a man of God, and he says, and he pulls out from the Proverbs, that it is not money that makes us evil. And it is not money that is the root of all evil. Right? It's what you do with the money that makes it bad or good. Right? You see, because think about it. Is money what makes us bad? Let me ask you, is money, if you were a millionaire, would you be stealing? If you were a millionaire, would you be right? Would you be afraid that you didn't have enough money? No. So it's not the having of money that makes us bad. It's on the opposite side. By not having enough money, that's what makes us bad, because we live in fear. We're in that negative zone. We live in fear that we're never going to have enough. So we don't want to give up what we have because we may not have enough. If I spend it on this, I won't have it for this. And you live in that world of negativity. And that's what yoga, this transformational journey to gain clarity